I think it's the same across all businesses, that differing views and opinions can create different solutions for our clients, for our internal staff. So having many thoughts and many backgrounds and people in a room can create an environment and culture which not only is more profitable and successful, but also caters better to our clients. We can talk to different clients in different ways and have that diverse range of opinions and options available to our clients. So here at Digital Resources, it's a family business. We've come from the same family, but my brothers and I, we have different views and decisions about what is good business, and we take that into a room and we have other people come into that and we come up with great and brilliant solutions. There's robust conversations and sort of that diversity of thought is what has made us successful, I think. So for us, I think it's been a really steep learning case in that flexible working. From a pretty traditional recruitment 9-to-5 environment, we've had a steep learning curve over the last 2 years, obviously propelled by COVID. It has really probed us to do a whole massive IT and infrastructure overhaul to be able to support that flexible option really well, and really just a mindset change in what we need from our staff. When do we need them here, and when is it okay not to be here, and not just in what we offer, but in culturally making that acceptable in here, and that different people need different things from us. So some people need to leave at 2:30 and we all need to be on board that that's fine, and the culture needs to support that it's okay, and really changing our KPIs to output driven. If you're providing what we need you to provide, really the flexibility is there to do that in a number of different ways. It's very important to people to have that work-life balance, and that comes through in output 100%. So that's one. The cultural shift has different things to different people. I think if you've been within an organisation for a very long time, and we have a lot of people that have been in the industry a long time, maybe that journey is different and harder. And so we've had to take different people on different journeys to get to the place where we are at today. But that's been really rewarding, and I think we have an awesome culture which is really accepting of all different sort of needs for different people. I think the third thing that's really important and has been a game changer for us is the community aspect of what we do here. So I don't think it's just about profit and what people, output people can get anymore. I think people want to understand the difference that they can make in the community around them. And choosing community initiatives that have been female driven have really been a game changer to us. So 2 really important organisations we've partnered with this year have been Zonta House around domestic violence, and Dress for Success, which takes predominantly older females and allows them to be employable again, basically, with a number of options, from making sure that they're presented well, to pumping up their confidence in interviewing and how they present themselves. I think partnering with those particular organisations has allowed our staff to really have a greater understanding of, different challenges and backgrounds, and 50% of the population are available in that female space to us, but it's not as easy for everyone to be employable. So that community side of what we've done over the last couple of years in that space has been amazing and really engaged our staff. I think management down, and be the first to say that the management team were probably the biggest clock watchers. So, it really was just breaking down that false sort of narrative that you have to work 40 hours a week to be successful in your job. I think that's taken very big amount of conscious work from the management team to not say, oh, what time is it? And really just allow people to, produce how they produce, and it's just been top down from that perspective. So we've been on board with it over time, and now everyone's on board with it. And you'll hear people saying, I'm just popping out, I'll be back in 2 hours, all the time. And that's important to them. They obviously need to do something, and they will still produce what they need to produce. And we've come so far in understanding that. And I think that people are so much happier when they have that balance in their life. And it's not just females, it's, getting to your kids' sports carnival or going to get a blow dry. There's many things that can make someone bring their best self back to work the next day. And though being flexible to be okay for those things, celebrating anniversaries with partners and big life events, and letting them have, the time to do that properly rather than squeezing it in all the time. I think that's been, it's definitely top down. It's something that we had to go on the journey with, and took us a while to get on board, but now we're fully on board with it. So I think broadly, more in our clients, something that we've seen has an excellent impact in closing the gap, but has to be managed and communicated properly, is female-only recruitment. So I think it definitely has its place. It is integral for us to close this journey quicker than we have over the last 10 years, but it's in the communication, the rollout, the getting everyone on board, and making sure that the why around the need for it is communicated within the organisation. So some of the feedback that I heard at the Women in Mining conference was that if it wasn't handled correctly, these females are going into a team which there is some built up angst into that process, that it hasn't been fair and equitable for whatever reason, because it was a female only recruitment drive. So what needs to happen in those scenarios is that team, that particular hiring manager, needs to explain to that team as to why there is inequity and what that female brings, and why that process was female only, not that a female was awarded that role just because she's a female. Obviously, she's bringing the right skills and has the necessary skills to, do that job as well as being a female. And so we just need to make sure that that process is handled correctly, and it definitely has its place, but we want to make sure that the culture is accepting of that end candidate that gets the job, so that we're not setting anyone up to walk into an environment that is not comfortable and accepting. So that's just something we've gone on a journey with our clients to, the packaging of that and the communication of that, to make sure just everybody is on the same page. I think the flexible working, like I've touched on, is massive, but I think the biggest thing is listening. I think we have to listen to the females within our organisations and really understand, not just token, you have this flexibility, but what do you actually need from us? So, for example, parking is really important to some females, that they have their car and access to their car. Say, for example, they have young children that get sick. End of trip facilities are really important and need to be different for females versus males. Desk setup and ergonomics is different. A lot of females are shorter than males. Having footstools, having the right computer setup, making not just flexible working and the environment we provide that token, but really engaging and understanding what makes us comfortable in our space and what makes that space fit for person for everybody. So I think traditionally that office has been pretty stock standard, and we're really coming a long way with that, and making what would be people's second home comfortable and a really safe place. I think that's the game changer for us. So it's not anymore one like shoe fits all, we have different chair options, and all of that makes into someone feeling really comfortable in their environment. I think that really is a game changer. I think in the last year, gender on the agenda has become just across the board more topical and spoken about with all of our clients. So I think that it's opened the door for the conversation. It's opened the door for us to be more proactive. We will very often represent female candidates to jobs that don't even exist yet, just because we know we have the perfect candidate that can add value to an environment and that they will be well received. So that's changed. I think also the legislative and regulatory side of it is very fast changing pace. Something that we are doing here, and I think most companies have done or are doing, is re-looking at our parental leave policy and just making sure that we are up to scratch with what is happening in that environment, because that's changing very fast, not only for females but for men. Also, there will be some pretty heavy changes this year around the domestic violence leave policies and making sure that they are communicated and integrated, accepted, and everyone is aware of those within an organisation and our clients. So really just keeping up with the fast pace of what is happening in this space. My key learnings have been over the last year around the fact that we can only gather the talent that is there, and we need to make this attractive to females younger. I think we need to start at school level, not just in STEM, but in all professional roles, just to make them appear attractive and something that these young girls are striving for, that they want to be CEOs and they want to be directors of businesses, and that's they want to be engineering managers and project directors. I think we need to start that journey really young. I think it needs to be something that they know they can do and they feel they can do from early junior school age. And I'm so thankful for CEOs for Gender Equity to introduce me to an awesome program called the Future Female Leaders Program, which Digital Resources is coming on board with next year. This grabs year 11 female students and gives them one-on-one mentoring, industry leaders, all this information that they wouldn't get from a standard school system. And I think year 11 is the most pivotal age for a female especially. It's a lot of change, there's a lot of going on in your head. And to get that additional pump up outside of school that really, gives you the confidence that I can go to uni and I can do this, or I really want to be in this industry. And having that besides your parents and your teachers, I think is just a game changer. So we're really excited about coming on board with that next year and, spending time with some, really engaged year 11 females across WA. And really trying to build that pipeline straight from the start. We need to get onto the confidence to make sure that they know they can do it from a really young age.